Caribbean Grains Limited, a flour producer, has donated funds to a center in Vieux Fort after participating in a trade show earlier this year. The company pledged proceeds from the sales at the 16th annual St. Lucia Taiwan Partnership Trade Show to charity. It later decided to donate money from flour sales to the Ubuntu Resource Center, which provides programs for at-risk youth in Vieux Fort. Eddie Antoine of Caribbean Grains said the company wanted to support anti-crime efforts that would help the island's economy. The center targets youth who may otherwise turn to crime.
The reason we are donating towards this project is that how we look at it is crime is like, for example, a bottle of Gramazone and you pour it down in a river. Where you pour that bottle of Gramazone is going to affect that particular area. However, it's going to be diluted in that water and it's going to go down to the river. You will not see it, but it's affecting many other areas. So yes, the crime is in Vieux Fort, the crime is heavy in Vieux Fort, but it's going to affect the entire island. It's going to affect the entire economy of the island. We operate on the island, we operate within the economy, and how we see it is that we want to give back.
We are sitting on a market of 1.5 million people when you take the OECS, Barbados and the French West Indies. So it's quite a decent market on which we can grow things where you guys are stronger and then Martinique, Guadeloupe is maybe stronger and things like this. So it's really a must that we look into that and that would help for sure. You know, your young guys that don't know where to go, what to do except doing foolish things. So, you know, our idea here is obviously to develop the flour mill, develop the feed mill, develop the broiler and the pork. After that, we're going to get into the pork.
In response to the recent rise in gun violence, the Ubuntu movement, in partnership with local stakeholders, launched the Seeds Resource Center. This initiative aims to combat the root causes of violence by nurturing economic opportunities and empowering the Vieux Fort community.
In a space whereby you had people dying 1, 2 every single day. So what we realized is that just by being able to come into a space whereby you could show a level of empathy, understanding to the plight of other people, and go into the space and help to empower them. The Seeds Resource Center came out of conversation with Dr. King, because he says, well, but Chris, when we've been going everywhere we go and we try to solve the crime and it cannot solve and things, so we really want to do something different in Vieux Fort and let Vieux Fort be that particular space. So I wrote to the Prime Minister. He actually brought us in, Mr. Ernest Hilaire, the Commissioner of Police, and the Prime Minister's office has been very supportive from the inception. He said, Chris, you know, go in, whatever little we could do to support, we are going to help, we are going to support it.
Rise St. Lucia played an instrumental role in the social outreach programs aimed at quelling the gun violence in Vieux Fort. Representative Dr. Stephen King, who heaped effusive praise on Vieux Fort South MP Dr. Kenny Anthony, who came up with the idea of the partnership with Caribbean Grains, spoke of the need to change the mindset of a generation traumatized by violence.
Our youth get involved in violence because they themselves are victims of a system that traumatizes, has traumatized our youth from generations and continues to traumatize them in a psychological way, such that they have almost a don't care, a Pamela attitude to life, to their life and to other lives. And that is born of significant trauma. How do you address that? Creating that positive environment, creating that trauma-sensitive environment, understanding these youth, how they think and what needs to happen. And that is what we can do in Vieux Fort with your help. And that's what we've started doing. But that is not an easy road. It is a continuous process because you cannot just say that and walk away. You have to be there with them the whole way.
Emma Hippolyte, Minister for Commerce, expressed regret that Dr. Kenny Anthony, the parliamentary representative for Vieux Fort South, could not attend the ceremony because he was traveling in his capacity as a regional statesman.
What is happening in Vieux Fort cannot be changed only by the government. Civil society, and now I am pleased that private sector in terms of Caribbean Grain has joined hands to examine the landscape and determine how best to change what we are doing, what is happening there. So I want to say thank you on behalf of the government, on behalf of all of St. Lucia, and I want to tell you that as a minister in Commerce, as well as a member of the cabinet, that will do all in our power to support it.
SEEDS stands for Strategic Education for Economic Development and Support. The center aims to empower individuals by providing a comprehensive suite of services designed to break the cycle of violence and foster economic independence. SEEDS is the brainchild of Empress Ethiopia Archer, the president and founder of the Ubuntu movement. Joachim de Plessis, HTS News Force.